Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us again for another episode of Reading Fan Fiction with Ted and Peter.
Hey, everybody.
Hey. At this point, given our recent run, this is where I'd say we have to change the title today. But today we don't have to change
the
title at all.
We don't. It's a classic duo.
Back to basics solo
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah, we went through all our friends.
Yeah. So yeah, we brought all the people we know on the podcast, and now there none left. Kidding, of course. We know lots of people and are very popular.
Yeah, we're really cool people.
But we're bringing it back to the foundation today because we're tackling a genre. So in the world of fan fiction, my personal kind of understanding of like the sort of like the trinity, like the pillars that hold up what fan fiction is.
The Triforce of fan fiction. Returning to our original, our first episode.
Right. Is the My Little Pony fandom, which Nico has dipped our toes into.
God bless Nico.
There is Harry Potter, which we have yet to kind of go into. And there is what we will be looking at today, which is the Sonic the Hedgehog universe. In my opinion, there is no video game Sonic has, he's gone beyond just the video game, but there's no video game franchise that has produced more fan literature, drawings, porn, what have you, than Sonic the Hedgehog.
And it might be that other video game franchises have produced more, but they're just like the fans of this particular fandom are so tenacious about what they produce that it's kind of hard to overlook them.
Exactly. Like I think even the most even your kind of like passerby admirer of fan fiction will have some sense of
I think the fact
Sonic
that
presence.
The most people, period, know what Sonic is like pretty, I think,
strange.
That wouldn't exist without fan fiction. Just the fact that like most people associate Sonic with just like absolute the dregs of humanity writing fan fiction in their basement. I think that that's like pretty incredible.
Right. So I'll say, on fanfiction.net, Sonic the Hedgehog is of course within the top 5 most written about game franchises. Now, but it's number 4. Number 1 is Pokemon with 98.
Oh, that makes so much sense. Because it's role playing. It's like a role playing game. So you just like do your weird we're gonna have to dip our toes into that.
The second one is a little surprising to me. So the number is a big drop off. The first 3, there's a big drop off from each. So from Pokemon with 99,000, it goes to Kingdom Hearts with 75,000. And I think that's
not surprising to me at all.
Well, it's surprising. Well, I guess it's less surprising.
Kingdom Hearts is fan fiction.
That's the thing. It feels cheating because it's Disney and.
That's the thing. Like so many people on that website have no like creativity whatsoever. So it's just like it's just built in for them. It's like any Final Fantasy character, any Disney character.
Right.
Kingdom Hearts, boom.
And this kind of proves your point. Then that the third, so Kingdom Hearts 75. This one has only 40,000. Is Final Fantasy 7.
Oh right. That's awesome.
But then
I wish I had like the data behind that. I wonder if that's spiked recently with the new release.
When I was for this episode, I was going between either Sonic or Final Fantasy 7. Given the new remake, I thought we could ride that heat. And there were, of the Final Fantasy 7 fics that I looked at, a lot of them were specifically about, they said, in the Final Fantasy 7 remake within that world, which I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know what that means either.
I'm very familiar with like Zelda, pretty familiar with Sonic.
I'm pretty familiar with Sonic, yeah. I don't really know anything. I just started Final Fantasy VII because I have it on the Switch now,
Right.
and it like throws you in. Like it's like immediately about like you are fighting you're eco terrorists fighting like a giant corporation that's destroying the environment. It's like, oh, that's like all explained within the first 5 minutes.
Well, I imagine that these people writing it about the remake have already played the
Oh,
original and are
certainly, yes.
like putting them
Well,
together.
I just mean it's just like it's like it feels like fan fiction. Like all Final Fantasy games kind of feel like
Right.
fan fiction because it's like
Role
just by
playing.
nature of what it kind of is. It's just like it throws you right into it.
Yeah. So yeah, Final Fantasy VII has 40.3, and then we're brought to Sonic the Hedgehog,
Right.
40.1
What's number
thousand.
5, if you don't mind me asking?
Zelda
Oh,
with
nice.
31.9.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have
that's top
expected
five.
Zelda to be that high. I would thought like it. Where's Halo on that? Is there a lot of Halo fans?
Halo is I'd say looking at like top 20. Like
Really interesting.
Mario, Undertale, Harvest Moon, Halo.
Oh, Undertale, of course. Of course, Undertale.
You would think,
Undertale's it's so philosophical.
yeah, we'll definitely do an Undertale fic. Uh, my so I want to give a quick shout out because I'd say my first because the Sonic fanfic that that genre was my first introduction to the world of fan fiction in general, I'd say, and I will link this down in the description. There's a video called
Oh yeah, this.
Zipper Flash's Ultimate Sonic Fanfic, which was uploaded in 2007, but was re-uploaded 2019. But you can still find it. I'll put it in the description. This is a video that does stand the test of time and how funny it
Definitely.
was. And when I found it, I thought it was the funniest shit. But it is, it's a video that pretty much parodies the average Sonic fan fiction that still holds true today. So I would very much recommend the listener. I don't know if, doesn't matter, I think if you listen before or after this, just listen to the context of this in 2007, and I think it's pretty shocking.
Right. When is the fan fiction we're about to read from?
3 days ago.
Nice, because I remember there was one that we read. I think we like watched. You showed me that video maybe like sophomore year of college, and I think like immediately after we like went to fanfiction.net and like looked up Sonic the
Yeah.
Hedgehog like R-rated. Like we wanted like the grungiest Sonic the
Right.
Hedgehog, and we found one that was like Sonic goes back in time and stops 9/11. But like I
Oh
forgot exactly what
yeah,
happens, but and you know I needed
I
to watch
forgot about
the
that.
shout out to Retsu Prey's Sonic 06
That's
playthrough,
super.
but I needed to like having watched that like the plot of that one is that they like go to Silver the
Yeah,
Hedgehog,
Silver the
and like of
Hedgehog.
course if you've ever played Sonic 06 or watched that Let's Play on Retsu Prey, then you know Silver has time travel powers.
Right.
And he sends Sonic and his friends to I guess 910 or something, and they try to stop 9/11 and it doesn't work. I think one of them dies. I think maybe Tails dies. Maybe Amy. I can't
That's a
remember.
great fic.
So it's a
I
really good
forgot
one.
that. But to waste no more time,
Yeah. Let's get right into it.
so today's story is is called Sonic's Romances, and
Oh,
it's by Cornholio 4. And the description is a series of one-shots pairing Sonic with a different girl every chapter.
girl
Sources.
being Hedgehog. Although I will say, there's a long history of Sonic
Oh
not
yeah,
being emotionally connected to
with
another hedgehog.
yeah, and consecrating with humans.
Yeah. I mean, really uncomfortable. I mean, same with Shadow though, too, to be fair. But that seems like a trend more than anything.
Oh yeah. They say sources include the various comics, TV shows, and even the movie. Suggestions welcome by PM, please. It's rated fiction T. It's romance.
Of course.
There are 5 one-shots, as they say. There are 23 reviews, 16 faves, 14 follows, updated April 19th,
Wow.
but it was first published March 15th.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's kind of interesting. I mean, that's like a lot of engagement. It's like a lot of people talking about
Oh,
this.
yeah. This is a trending fic for sure.
Wow.
So each chapter, there are 5 chapters, and each one is named after the quote. For the listeners, I'm doing big air quotes. The girl that Sonic finds himself with. The first one is called Sally Acorn, and two is Mina Mongoose. Then 3 is Tikal, 4 is Blaze, and 5 is Tangle.
Wait, what was 5?
Tangle.
Tangle.
I'm
like
very
the word tangle, like when
yes,
two
just
like.
Tangle.
Well, I know who Blaze
Blaze the cat.
Blaze the cat is.
Yeah.
I have a visual image of that. I assume some of those characters are canon. I mean, is Sally Acorn canon?
I'm gonna look
How
all
could that
this up after. In
Yeah.
post, I will post pictures of all those anthropomorphic creatures as I rattle them off on the screen.
They might be humans too. I mean,
they might
not just be anthropomorphic. They might be anthro
right.
literal.
So I, per usual, Peter knows nothing about this. I only briefly skimmed some parts of this, and my impression going away from this is like there's a gag in The Simpsons where Homer invents a shotgun that will put makeup on women, and he shoots Marge, and it just makes her look like, like an awful. This is like a shotgun shooting Sonic lore into your face without any discretion or like.
That's the episode.
Pure violence.
To clarify, that's the episode with Homer's brother, where Homer's brother is homeless, and then I'm pretty sure, and because he's like trying to be an inventor, but like at the same time his like brother is like goes from being homeless to running a car company in like months.
I think you're conflating two.
Really?
Because
Am
I
I
remember
not?
when he's being an inventor, but not when he has a brother.
Interesting. Well, okay, we'll look into this.
Yeah. We'll read.
You have to edit that out.
Yeah,
edit that out now.
We'll read a Simpson fic to kind of clear this up.
Oh my god, yeah.
So Sally Acorn. Sonic had not expected things in his universe to change so drastically after teaming up with Mega Man to fight both Eggman and Dr. Wily, but it seemed that history and the universe itself was changed by the Super Genesis wave.
Whoa.
So that's the first sentence.
Is Super Genesis, that's like a reference to the Sega Genesis? Or is it a reference
I don't
because
know.
was Mega Man ever on the Sega Genesis?
That's the thing. It's like, to explain this, we would have to tell the listener who Mega Man is. And that's not my job right now.
Yeah, if you don't know who Mega Man is, just Google Mega Man. Yeah. It's a very self-explanatory character.
He's a Mega Man. I think
he's a Mega Man.
Pretty clearly. He had to save King Acorn from Nagus, who while still crazy, was no longer the usurper king, and after that he could see how much things had changed in his new timeline and universe.
King Nagus?
Robotnik and Eggman were always the same person in this universe.
Eggman was... What? In this universe? Are they different in other universes?
Well, here's the thing. I don't know. I don't know why they're going through the rigmarole of describing this. This one shot, to those who aren't initiated yet, a one shot is a story that begins and ends within the chapter. This author has like, I think 500 more words after this, describing the laws of this universe.
Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, you need to, because that's a one shot.
Says Robotnik and Eggman were always the same person in this universe. Eggman was ousted from ruling the kingdom, but he never died. And Mobotropolis was never destroyed. The freedom fighters were still
I know what Mobotropolis is, I think.
Team Freedom or Team Fighters, but best of all, Sally was her normal self again.
Whew,
Even if her
phew.
new attire and energy blade weapons reminded him of Mecha Sally.
I gotta look up what Sally Acorn is, dude.
Yeah,
Sally Acorn
this is
Sonic.
so much. This is as in media res as you can possibly be.
I know okay, I know what this is from. Did you ever see the Sonic show, like the Sonic cartoon from the 90s?
No.
It's like very bad.
Okay.
But it's like I never saw it when it was out. Like it's like of the genre of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like all of those Saturday morning cartoons.
Right.
It was like one of them, and it was about, I mean, it's just the classic Sonic story in that like Robotnik or Mr. Eggman, I don't know which one. Apparently they're the same in this universe.
Well, they're the same in this universe.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So Robotnik like is an evil dictator, and Sonic and his band of furry friends need to go like stop him. And they do a variety of like Wile E. Coyote-esque sort of things to make him stop. But Sally Acorn is an anthropomorphic squirrel, which I guess we should have realized based on her last name. Yeah. Apparently she was in Sonic Generations. I mean, like, it would be surprising to me if there wasn't porn of her, like readily accessible. I mean, she's right up their alley.
And we urge our listeners to find that on their own time.
Yeah.
So Mecha Sally, he couldn't.
Yeah, which I don't know what that is. I think whatever Mechatropolis or Megabolopolis or whatever, where I think that's the city in Sonic Adventures.
Clearly,
which is the name of the cartoon.
Cornholio is deeply immersed in the world, is well versed.
I doubt Cornholio like grew up at the time when Sonic Adventures was coming out, which makes me think that he like pirated them from like Kiss Cartoon or something. Like, could you imagine being like your age right now, except you've spent like 4 hours on Kiss Cartoon just watching a 90s TV show, like a shitty 90s TV show, just so that you can write a fan fiction.
Cornholio 4 suggests that either they were born in 2004 or 4 years old.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, good point.
Which would be the two perfect demographics for this.
Yeah, fair.
He being Sonic, couldn't help but hug her, being Mecha Sally, when he saw her back to normal, and she was taken aback but had given a smirk in response. When they were all back at the castle, Sonic
smirked knowingly to herself.
Back at the castle, Sonic had a good look at everyone, and there were a lot of people missing from the old timeline, and it made him wince. However, the original core 4 besides him and Tails were there, even if they looked different from how he remembered them.
Wait, he said, the original core 4 besides him and Tails, so that's just 2 other people? Where's Tails? Is Tails there?
I don't know.
How is this a one shot? There's already been like 3 shots.
Dude, it's almost over. This is supposed to be about a romance.
Yeah, well, it's Sonic's romance. It is.
I guess. While it was a lot to take in, things seemed to be better than they were before the adventure with Mega Man, so he could get used to this new universe. Soon Sonic went to a hallway and marveled at the photos on the wall. There were pictures of the group together in various celebrations.
This is another shot, by the way. Just in case anyone was wondering, like, about what qualified as, this is him walking into a hallway and thinking about something completely different. That's another shot.
He smiled at the one of Bunny and Antoine. God, some things changed and some things stayed the same. However,
that's how I feel
we don't know which one that is. So like we don't know if that's same old or. However, his eyes widened when he saw next to it was a different wedding photo. The bride
when they were married. Bunny and Antoine.
The bride and groom were of him and Sally. Tails was the best man, and Bunny the bridesmaid. Uncle Chuck was there to officiate the wedding.
Chuck? Uncle Chuck a priest?
Well, you can just go online these days and get it.
Yeah, it's true.
I guess that's what Uncle Chuck from Sonic did. His mouth was open slack-jawed as he thought about the relationship he had with Sally. They had a growing romance, but things were broken after the victory over Zorda, and they were just fixing things before she was roboticized. So in this new timeline, semicolon, did things not go south with them, period.
Whoa.
Like,
before we get into that, I looked up a picture of
it
Uncle
doesn't,
Chuck.
but yeah, go on.
He's literally just Sonic with a mustache. I don't know what to tell you. He's Sonic with a white mustache.
I'll put this on the screen for the list. Oh,
yeah. Yep.
there you go. Uncle Chuck.
He's literally just the Sonic character model, except with a mustache, right? I mean, it's barely even a distinction.
No, yeah. I think his fur is lighter than Sonic's.
Yeah, what is that? His skin? Like, cause hedgehogs don't have fur. Yeah, but they don't. Like, that's not even what they look like. Sonic looks nothing like a hedge, like absolutely nothing like a hedge. I'm sure that, I mean, that's like a very surface level observation, but I think it bears repeating here. I mean, Sally Acorn doesn't look like a fucking squirrel.
Or an acorn.
Yeah, I hesitate to think what Tikal looks like.
Oh, yeah. Or Mina the mongoose.
Yeah, I hope Mina the mongoose looks like a mongoose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sally soon joined him as she slyly got close and put a finger to his chin.
Where is it going?
Before pulling him into a kiss. He was stunned,
That's epic.
but was more than happy to return the kiss. He was definitely going to like this new timeline. End of chapter. Author's note. So here,
you probably thought that finger was going somewhere else.
Yeah, it was going up Sonic's bunghole, but in fact. So here's what the author has to say. So this should clear everything up.
Yeah.
This is based on the post-SGW of the Archie Sonic comics. I'm open to ideas of Sonic girls to pair Sonic with, except for the human ones. The universes could be based on the cartoons.
Honestly, that's good.
Sonic X anime, the various comics, Archie, Fleetway, and IDW, and even the movie.
That explains nothing.
Yeah. So we're on to Mina. It's shorter.
So really, I mean, just to clarify, that author's note was just saying what's canon, and he was just saying everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get on to Mina Mongoose.
So here's Mina Mongoose. Sonic the Hedgehog hated how it seemed like the tension was in New Mobotropolis as of late after they had taken the city back from the Iron Dominion. Mostly.
I think so. That's another reference, I think, to Sonic Adventure. I think Robotnik's group is called the Iron Dominion. I
ISIS?
Don't know why I know this. I've never seen this show. This is very kind of crazy that I'm even remembering this.
Well, it's very helpful.
I mean, in a way.
To this moment, maybe.
Would it be more helpful if I just instead of knowing this, I knew like my times tables? I knew my multiplication tables. I think that would be more helpful.
I don't know. The world is changing. Anyway, Iron Dominion, mostly in thanks to the fear citizens had in Nicole. Sorry, Nicole. It didn't help that his girlfriend, Mina Mongoose, had started a campaign with her band, the Forget-Me-Nots.
Whose girlfriend? Nicole's? Or Sonic's?
Sonic's girlfriend is Mina Mongoose.
I thought it was Sally Acorn.
Well, this is a one-shot.
It's a different one-shot.
Well, there's no continuity.
Oh, okay. I thought it was separate one-shots, but in the same
No.
Okay.
And one shot is never enough. Forget-Me-Nots to encourage the citizens to start thinking for themselves more and not relay so much on Nicole and the freedom fighters. It had led to an argument between her and Sonic's close friend and ex-girlfriend, Sally Acorn.
Oh, she's back. Oh, but not the same Sally Acorn that he was married to after returning from the Mega Man universe.
Yeah, so if these are connected, this is pretty complex. The two of them had not...
Complex doesn't even begin to
describe it.
Describe this, yeah.
The two of them had not had much interaction since then, and Sonic had largely stayed out of it, even though he was continuing to support Nicole as her friend.
That's nice. It's
Okay,
nice
yeah.
of him.
They had gone to the fancy restaurant with Mina in the lovely dress and hairstyle she got when she first tried to woo him, and he didn't catch the hint. Of course, there were patrons
By the
and
way, this is
yeah.
this is the cartoon series where like Sonic is eating chili dogs. Like that's the emotional like kind of background that you should have.
Yeah.
Like this is like what they're talking about probably was there was like a one-off gag where like in Sonic Adventure, Mina Mongoose has like a red dress on and like red lipstick, and she's like, "Ooh, Sonic, where are you going?" And then he's like, "I'm gonna have a chili dog."
I'm gonna have a chili dog. Oh,
Yeah.
whoa. I'm looking at Mina
What?
Mongoose, and she is hot.
Really? Wait, let me
Very
Mina Mongoose. Oh, Mina Mongoose death. I gotta look that one up.
this Mina Mongoose
Wow,
character
she is
would definitely
pretty.
be woke.
There's she's quite attractive. I can't disagree with you.
Yeah.
But I looked up Mina Mongoose death, and there's a DeviantArt picture where it's like Sonic, Amy, and Tails crying at like a giant
Oh
like
no.
tombstone that says RIP on it, but under RIP it says free at last.
Oh, the Mina
Yeah,
Mongoose.
damn, Mina.
It's a bit of a tortured figure in the
Yeah.
Sonic verse.
Dude, I want to kill Mina Mongoose.
Yeah, maybe
Like
she'll die in
I
this
see
one
Mina
shot.
Mongoose, and I just think I want to hurt her.
Of course, there were patrons and employees asking either if they were going to have Nicole banished or if Sonic was betraying Nicole by staying with her naysayer. It annoyed Mina so much she stormed out before dessert arrived. Okay.
Wait,
Sonic
what? Wait, they're in a restaurant? I probably missed that.
they're in a
But
restaurant, and apparently everyone at the restaurant is asking Sonic if he's going to banish Nicole.
paparazzi, am I right?
I
You hate
I
to
don't
see
know.
it.
Sonic went after her, Mina, and got to
Right,
her
yeah.
in such big speed. He put that's very Trumpian language there.
Yeah,
Big
big
speed.
speed.
He
Big
put a
speed.
comforting hand on her shoulder as she turned to him. Be honest, Sonic. Did my argument with Sally strain your friendship with Sally? Mina
Oof.
asked softly, and Sonic shook his head. Not at all. Sal understands that you are just looking out for the citizens, and she regrets immensely how she handled it. She was just worried for Nicole, and I promise you that things will be fine, Sonic told her, and Mina did not sound too sure. Was getting worried. So the sentence starts, she says, was getting worried that
Oh,
our argument would cause a rift between us with you siding with Sally. Mina
well, you know, I
admitted.
mean, yeah, it's how she talks. You know, she omits her subjects, I
Well,
guess.
I have to say that this shot is almost over, and I'm glad because I can't, I don't.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused, like where this is taking place, or like they because they ran out of the restaurant, but like where are they now? Are they
this
like just
has
in like a
this
hallway, or
has a
like
lack of context, even in this by the standards of the average fan fiction. Like
yeah,
this is so mise en scène. I have to imagine that the context is only in the author's like brain. Like this is him and a girl
it's
he
his
has
head
a
canon.
crush with in middle school, and like he's just like kind of like
Yeah,
playing with dolls to figure out
yeah,
his their emotions. Sorry.
yeah, yeah.
Mina admitted being silent on the fact she had feared losing Sonic to Sally if he and Mina did argue about Nicole. Jesus. Sonic
What
shook
is
his
going on? Why
head
is there so much drama?
and Mina gave a smile. We'll talk to her soon and get this straightened out. I know you freedom fighters have enough to deal with the traitor Joffrey and all. Mina
It's
said
not
with
from this.
yeah, said with a smile, taking Sonic's hand as he offered it to her. Come on, let's go back and get our dessert, Sonic told her, and then they went back with their super speed. The end.
That's a pretty good ending. Then they went back with their super speed. The end.
Yeah. So author's note. A short chapter featuring another person favorite Sonic couple of mine. Here in this verse, Nagus and Joffrey's takeover of Metropolis failed. Also, while I know Ken Panders is a controversial figure, but is anyone else hoping that the Laura Sue Chronicles eventually gets released? As I am genuinely interested enough in checking it out. I follow
Okay.
him on Twitter, and I saw a post of him saying that he continued writing the comics, the stuff involving Mecha Sally, and Nagus taking over Mobotropolis wouldn't have happened, and the comics would have led to a world war between Eggman and the Dark Legion. I actually hope Ken reveals more details on what that entails. Also, I may do a chapter of both Mina and Sally with Sonic together.
Just to
Yeah, that was a lot.
get ahead of any thoughts, Ken Panders did not sexually assault anyone. That is not why he is a controversial figure. He committed copyright fraud instead, which
Oh,
honestly, almost worse.
almost worse.
Especially on the Sonic, in the Sonic name. I mean, that's
Yeah, I mean,
sacrilege.
these, yeah, definitely in the
And
world
I
of
have nothing else to say about that author's note.
In the universe of ethics of the Sonic world and fandom, it is definitely worse to rip off another Sonic idea than it is to sexually assault a human being.
Yes,
I
I
think that
completely agree.
I think within the fics themselves,
Yeah.
um, I think
No, I
that
mean, you
the
see that reflected in the fix.
oh yeah, definitely. I mean, a closer reading of this, I think,
Yeah,
would
it would
reveal that.
certainly reveal that, yeah. I mean, Sonic's putting a comforting hand on Mina. I mean, that's not,
Yeah.
we don't know where that's going, you know. That's, I mean, and they're doing their super speed back to get dessert. That could mean anything, you know.
I would
Bad.
like to see a Ken Penders the Hedgehog. I think that would really.
I love it's like your full name and then the hedgehog.
Oh yeah, I mean, so for our listeners, a big phenom in
Oh yeah,
the
that's big.
Sonic fandom is to make yourself into a hedgehog character in the art style of the games.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you just put your full name and then the hedgehog
Yeah. But
after.
also, you know, if you want to experiment, you can just put your first name and then the hedgehog in a Google image search.
Yeah.
And I mean, that is bound to produce. I mean,
Oh
no
yeah.
matter what your name is, like it will be there.
Because someone will have done it. So
Yeah.
I strongly encourage any listener to put in their name, the hedgehog, into Google Image. And you know, if a hedgehog doesn't show up, make one.
Yeah. Yeah. The make one. Exactly.
So I think this, with all 5 chapters, this
Yeah.
fic is a little longer than what we usually
Sure.
do. So I think I'm just gonna read the Blaze chapter
Yeah. 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 Skip to the good stuff.
because this one starts with an author's note.
Oh, so this is a question. So the
Yeah.
author's note have been retrospective, like there've been an author's note, but it's been about the previous chapter. But now this is an author's note about the preceding chapter,
Right.
or the
Or
following chapter rather.
no. So this chapter is that. So I'm just going to read it, and then it will clear something up about why it's at the front, but nothing else. So
Okay,
it says,
good. That's how I like it.
so the author says, another short chapter, but I want to address something. To the guest reviewer, if you are reading this, I disagree with you completely on what you said about Miraculous Ladybug. Marionette was not a bully at all. I don't think Chloe will be redeemed at all. And what happened to her in that 2-parter was no one's fault except hers. I will not let down on the Chloe bashing. Marionette is just following the rules for the secret identity thing, stupid as they are. And no, Adrian would be a terrible choice for the leader. I wouldn't be as annoyed about this if you had actually posted it on one of my
Oh
stories
shit.
that actually was a ML story and not something that has nothing to do with it. Why not do it on down with the Miracle Queen? I will be sure to bring this up the next time I do a Ladybug story.
I want to say a couple things about that. First, I think it's fascinating on like an academic level that these people are like so freely mixing like genre.
Yeah,
Like that is a very like polemical like this person's talking about things much larger than the Sonic fan fiction universe in this in
yeah,
that particular note. But second, so this the author was being mean to something, and somebody called the author out on it,
yeah.
and
Mean to
now it's
Chloe.
going. Now there's a back and forth about it.
Yeah.
Why is it here? Isn't the whole conceit that that the author wants that person to respond to them in like a more relevant form?
Well, it kind of points to something I think we've been kind of gathering, which is, for better for worse, the last thing on on any on any average given fan fiction author's mind is the integrity of their literature.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And
That's a really good point.
it's a craft built on impulse and emotion. And so this author saw someone talking about how they treated Miraculous Ladybug.
Is
Um,
that like a character or a username or?
let's see, Miraculous. I was brought to this show called Miraculous: Tales of
Yeah.
Ladybug and Cat Noir. So I only imagine that. So this person commented on this on
Oh no.
Cornholio 4's Sonic fic about another fic they wrote about
Dude,
Miraculous
dude,
Ladybug.
no, you gotta look up Miraculous Ladybug.
I
I'm
did.
sorry, but did you look
It's
up
a
like the
show.
words Miraculous Ladybug on
Yeah.
Google
Should I go?
Images?
Oh, images.
Dude, you have to see this.
Oh. Anyway, let's get into Blaze's chapter.
Yeah.
It it was a couple of years. Hopefully we understand any of this.
My fingers are crossed.
Yeah. It was a couple of years in the future, and Sonic was teaming up with Blaze in the Soul Dimension as they were fighting Blaze's nemesis Eggman Nega and his robots on a beach.
Uh-oh. There's robots in a beat.
Well, okay, so the I know I can picture this.
Yeah, I can definitely picture this. Except, I mean, just from the get-go, you know, years from when?
Yeah, that's
I mean, what the
the
hell?
problem. I mean, we did skip One Shot 3 to get to this one, but I don't know if that would help.
Yeah, I don't know if that's...
Sonic had brought the Chaos Emeralds with him and had
Oh, I know what that
transformed
is.
into Super Sonic.
Wait 1 second.
This is exciting. Chaos Emerald, and he had transformed into Super Sonic, while Blaze
Of
had
course.
used the Soul Emeralds to transform into Burning Blaze. Hand in hand, they had destroyed the last of his robot army and defeated the counterpart of Sonic's nemesis.
And now it's time for some romance.
Yeah, let's get into it. The guards of Blaze's royal family came and had arrested Eggman Nega. They they depowered and handed him.
He's like, it's regular Eggman, but he has like cuffs on. He's like being pushed into like a police
Yeah, like
car.
his head, and it's like,
Yeah,
he's like they have his
he's like,
arm
I'll
like
get
bent
you
back.
next time,
He's like, ow,
Burning
ow,
Blaze.
ow.
Me, Eggman Nega.
Nega, Eggman Nega. They arrested Eggman Nega. They depowered, and hand in hand, they watched Eggman Nega being taken away as they looked at a fancy-looking beach house. That beach house has been in my family for countless generations.
Wait, what?
A beach house?
A beach house?
If
It's in Montauk. Like all of this is happening in like in Martha's Vineyard.
if it was collateral in this cowardly attack by Nega, I would have had him executed,
Oh my
roared Blaze
god.
as Sonic calmed her down with a kiss on the cheek.
Oh. This is the this I mean that's an abuse of absolute power in my opinion. I think
Blaze
this calls
then
for a revolution. Maybe Eggman Nega wasn't so bad after all.
this fic is making me think. Blaze then took him by the shoulder and kissed him on the lips, which Sonic returned. Can't deny that
Does
I
Sonic
don't.
have lips?
Yeah,
Okay. I
I
mean,
saw
I'm
them.
looking at a picture of Sonic right now, and he does not look like his lips.
Can't deny that I don't mind having to fight your Eggman, but still, fighting side by side is still romantic in my eyes, and I can think of worse things to interrupt our honeymoon,
Oh.
Sonic told Blaze, and she shook his head as she sat down with her husband to watch the sun.
She shook his head.
I could see that. I mean, that's obviously a typo, but I could see that being kind of cute. Like she kind of puts her hands on either side
I
and kind
can't
of
imagine that being cute at all.
shaking his little
Sounds
head.
psychotic.
I wonder if you had been angry if it was our wedding day being interrupted, but that's just the way you are. Still, you have a lot to learn, especially about the politics of the royal family, since you will be my king one day, Blaze told him, and Sonic was silent. He was not too excited of the prospect of ruling an entire kingdom.
Yeah, he just realized that. Like, that just came. It's like, what? I'm gonna have to do what?
Yeah.
I just want to eat chili dogs.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry. You'll have me by my side. And my
Oof.
royal family are proactive in protecting our kingdom from threats.
That's good.
But yeah.
Proactive as in arresting Eggman Nega.
Yeah. Blaze assured him as they looked to the sun. Blaze, feeling mischievous, a side of hers that had been long buried before she made friends when she first went to Sonic's dimension, pushed Sonic into the water head first. He panicked as he got up and looked at a laughing Blaze. Sonic grinned as he enveloped Blaze into a hug and told her, "Maybe you can use the fire to dry me off now." The couple laughed as they shared another kiss. The end.
Whoa.
That's more romantic than the first two.
Maybe they are increasingly romantic. Because I mean, I agree with you. I think that first one had almost no romance in it. I mean, it was Sally Acorn was barely even in it. Mina Mongoose, similar.
So here's what I'll say.
Thing.
The last chapter is Tangle the Lemur. Girlfriend Tangle the Lemur, and I'll share exactly the 2 or 3 moments of romance in this very short chapter.
Hit me with him.
Sonic says to Tangle, "There's no catch up to me, Tangle, but good work." You know.
It's I have to just before I looked up Tangle the Lemur, and I feel so stupid because now Google knows that I'm looking for, so I look up TAN and it's Tangle the Lemur.
Yes.
Why is this happening? Tangle the Lemur looks the coolest out of all of these other characters, I'll be honest.
Wait a second. Okay, so there is a video I'm seeing in the results that is called, quote, "Save Tangle the Lemur," end quote, campaign, published on YouTube, February 6, 2020. I'm going to watch this after.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard not to.
Yeah, I encourage the listeners to also. I'll put a link to it in the bottom.
Yeah, definitely.
So Tangle says, "Oh yes, the great Sonic. Seems like it's no use whenever I try to build on my reputation as an adventurer." And then some bullshit happens, and then Sonic says, "You are pretty awesome yourself, Tangle."
As of him?
Yeah, and then more bullshit. It really doesn't matter what happens between them talking. Jewel was acting all weird when she took me aside, giving winks when she was saying that if I needed a ring for when our relationship gets more serious, then she could get me a good rock for it.
Is that because her name is Jewel?
Yeah.
It's not funny.
No. So that's where we're gonna stop.
Yeah, I think that's a good stopping point.
But Sonic's Romances has an abundance of reviews. DJ Rodriguez said,
nice, a Latinx voice.
Yeah, nice. I fear I do not know of Tangle at all, since I stopped watching and reading the Sonic series some time ago.
Same.
But it seems that the duo seem to be very supportive and attentive to one another, and that is something I like to see. I'll look up more of her when I get the chance. God bless you.
Imagine this guy. God bless you.
Man,
I like to imagine this guy's he's doing this from his phone, under like he's like working like 9 to 5 at Walmart or something, and he's like under the
Mm,
cash register, like, I'll look up Tangle the lemur more when I have more time.
time. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
When I get off my shift.
When I get off my shift.
That just makes me, because I mean, the fact that anyone could mine any semblance of support and attention from, I mean, now to be fair, no, I didn't read every word of that Tangle chapter, but I
I don't
don't
know. He
know.
said she was pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Sonic versus Evil says,
It's another fan fiction.
yeah, Fiona Fox, please. Okay.
Fiona Apple,
Next
please.
time, yeah. Yeah.
Sonic X Fiona Apple.
Yeah, fetch the bolt cutters, please. Metal Fox 2013 says, this is definitely cute.
Could you imagine reading that first sentence and being like, "Yeah, this is gonna be cute"?
Yeah, this is well, that's chapter 5. So sorry, I should say
Oh, so these are
when you
just on chapter 5.
yeah, when
Okay.
you leave a comment, you can say it on specific chapter.
Right. Yeah.
So on chapter 4, DJ Rodriguez commented again. So we
Man.
didn't read chapter 4, but they said short but sweet and strong. Thank you so much for this. Happy Easter and God bless you. Keep it
Oh
up.
my god.
And Metal Fox also said not bad at all.
God bless you.
On chapter 4, Dark
Could
Mage.
you imagine being a Sonic fan but also like a devout Christian? It's like the two things you believe in are Sonic and Jesus Christ.
Dark Mage Wyvern Lord on chapter 4 said, so who's next? Whisper or Tangle? Well,
Oh wow, they called
Tangle,
it.
yeah.
Holy shit. I'll be honest, if you gave me chapter 4 and you had asked me who's next, I could not answer. I would get it very wrong.
Yeah. I want to see. So on chapter 2, which we
Yeah.
read about Mina the Mongoose,
Yeah.
Celestial Glowhead had this to say. Mina is one of those characters I was completely unaware of until I searched up deeper into the comics. And even now, I don't know much about her. But I
Same.
commend you for making this an all right read, even for neophyte. I like the way you use the background cast of characters and their relation with the events to advance Sonic and Mina's personal story. Quick thing, a new idea I had for a chapter. How would you do a Sonic X Tiara chapter? Tiara is the scrapped character meant to be Sonic's partner slash potential love interest in the canceled Sonic Extreme. I thought she was pretty cool
What?
based on what they showed of her. I think she was going to be playable. Celestial Glowhead wants Cornholio 4 to write a one-off fan fiction about a
A
canceled,
one shot. One shot. It's
a
a one shot.
one-shot of a canceled Sonic love interest.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's look, I mean, you can say whatever you want about the Sonic fandom,
Yeah.
but like at least they're dealing with characters that like existed in the world. Like if we like the My Little Pony people, like that shit, like
Made
most of
up.
that stuff doesn't even like exist in the show. Like that's all made up.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No, you're right. You're right.
I mean, it's all made up. Like it is. I mean, it's all fake. But like, you know,
So really, this is more or less the same four people commenting on this
of course.
over as the chapters progress. It's DJ Rodriguez, Sonic versus Evil, Metal Fox 2013, Celestial Glowhead, and I haven't read any comments from this person yet, but there's Omnui UI Shaggy Over Exaggerated, who on chapter 1 said, "Aw, how adorable." Sonali is actually one of the Sonic ships I enjoy, more so than Sonami, which never made much sense for me, honestly speaking. So
Could
there
you?
you have it, folks.
I could not imagine describing that first chapter as cute. Like I could think of a lot of other words to describe it. Cute is definitely not one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, most of it was like Sonic came from the other dimension, and He was busy fighting Mr. or Dr. Wily with Mega Man,
Doctor
but
something.
now he's not. And it's like, how is that? Cute, very cute.
Very cute. I like to think that reading fan fictions like this is preparing me for the day if/when I have a kid and they're really into whatever's like
Yeah,
really
yeah,
popular at the time, and they come up to me babbling their shit
yeah,
about stuff I have no idea, but clearly means so much to them.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
they get it. How
yeah,
to kind of like how to ingest that to be like,
yeah.
oh, Eggman Nega. That sounds really cool.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I think, yeah. I mean, again, like the caveat that we've always given applies to this, which is like, as dumb as this is, and there's so many other dumb things that you could be doing with your time,
Yeah.
and this is honestly like one of the better things that you could be
Yes.
doing. Um, but that all that being said, I mean, this is I can't imagine knowing all of this.
Yeah.
Like you have to
Here's
know so much. You have to
right.
like remember things.
Yeah. And like as sort of like an added dimension to the caveat.
Oh, is this Mega Man's dimension or is this Blaze's dimension?
Oh, I don't know. But
Dude, you said you were adding a dimension. We can't have more dimensions.
what but
Yeah,
like
sorry.
we're so like if the point is like if we came to these fan fictions on
Yeah.
their own terms, there would be nothing to talk about.
No,
You know what I'm saying? So
no.
so when we make fun of it, it's because we're very like intentionally and kind of taking the fan fiction and reading it as something it's not supposed to be
No.
understood. It's
Yeah.
not meant for this, and that's juxtaposition,
Yeah.
difference.
That's what makes it funny. Exactly.
That's funny for our
Yeah.
listeners. That's
Yeah.
kind of the chemistry of comedy right there.
Yeah, yeah. Tragedy plus time, and I mean,
Right.
look, hard to describe this anything but as tragedy.
And time.
But no, I mean, I agree with you. It's taking it out of its own context, and that's a little bit unfair. But at the same time, I mean, it's on fanfiction.net. I mean,
Yeah. And
it's there for us to do it, and
and
obviously there are people who like it. And so that's good for them.
exactly. That's why I think you read the comments. I I don't know how these people extract as much meaning and like kind of like a sense of like excitement from this
Yeah.
as they seem to be doing, but again, this is their world and we're just living in it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, I think
um,
on that note,
yeah, I
I think
think
that's a good place to wrap it up.
speaks for itself. So thank you, Cornholio, for
Yeah, thank you.
very much. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you for listening, and
Yes,
thanks for
thanks so much.
spending time with us. Bye, everybody.
Bye. 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 Bye.